Hello, thank you for joining us. This is a conversation with Chris Stogner, Offer Director with Schneider Electric. Welcome, Chris.
Thanks, Mark.
So we're hearing a lot from Schneider Electric about how automation is a profit engine for manufacturing, how safety fits into that profit equation, and how safety can be used to improve business performance. We don't normally talk about safety and profit in the same sentence. What is it about what is profitable safety, and why are you talking about it now?
Well, we're talking about it now because owners and operators are starting to realize that there is a definite link between profitability and safety. If you think about it, anything that's not safe can't be profitable. I think all companies have as one of their core tenets that safety is a top priority. But getting safety projects funded has always been a challenge because, as you mentioned, safety is seen as a cost. It's a necessary evil, so to speak, but not necessarily something that helps the bottom line. But I think companies that do have good process safety practices have shown to be more profitable. They accomplish that in a variety of ways. They have less maintenance costs, less insurance costs. But I think the biggest driver to that is they have less downtime, whether it be planned or unplanned, which keeps them making product, which maximizes their revenue.
Great. We also, big theme in our show is digital transformation and IIoT and connectivity. How do you see this in the world of process safety?
Well, let me first start by saying what, for us, IIoT is not. It's not about connecting your safety system to the internet. I think most safety engineers, most companies are very leery of that, and for very good reason. We don't recommend that. What we mean when we talk about IIoT, digital transformation, is in relation to safety, is digitization, connectivity, taking all of the data that's available from your risk analysis, comparing that to all of the data that you can then capture by historizing all of the smart instrumentation that you have in your plant, aggregating that all the time, and putting together meaningful information, dashboards, insight to the right people so that they can make the right decisions as far as managing their safety applications and maximizing the safety of that application and the process uptime.
Okay, and how does that fit with profitable safety?
It's about productivity and performance. The world's energy demands are growing. It's projected to have a 40% growth over the next 20 years. New manufacturing facilities are being built. Existing facilities are being expanded in order to keep up with that demand. But at the same time, the resource pool for engineers in the chemical oil and gas industry is diminishing. The employment behaviors have changed. People don't stay with the same company for 20 to 30 years anymore. So you can't rely on this long level of experience or tribal knowledge, so to speak, to be able to manage complex safety applications. You need to implement processes and have tools available to help you continue to manage your safety applications kind of through an ever-changing workforce. So luckily, there's new software applications that are available today, as well as things that are continuing to be developed that help those users manage their safety applications. They increase productivity by reducing the amount of cost it takes to manage your safety tasks. They increase performance by allowing customers to maximize their process uptime, which increases their revenue. Obviously, the net result of less cost and more revenue is more profit.
Very good. So do you have any examples of profitable safety and how it's benefited customers?
Sure. With Schneider Electric and Triconics, we've released several products that help customers manage their safety more profitably. One tool that we have is a product called Triconics Safety Validator. It's a unique product in the market. It's the only TÜV certified safety logic testing tool. So tasks that it took to test your safety logic and validate it's performing correctly was historically a very manual task. Now this can be done automated. So things that before maybe took days, weeks, or months to do can now be done in minutes or hours. We had one user that recently informed us that they used TSV as part of doing their site acceptance testing, and they were able to shorten their turnaround by 4 days. So that's substantial in the continuous process industry. We just announced yesterday EcoStruxure Process Safety Advisor. That tool has many features which help you manage safety more profitably. Just as one example, it helps you automate your incident investigation. So if you have a real trip or a demand in your plant, you have to go assess what exactly happened before you can start it back up. So our users that are kind of the pilot users of the tool, the early adopters, they've reported to us that they've reduced the amount of time to do these tasks by about 30%. So whereas maybe it took you 3 shifts to get your plant started back up doing traditional methods, now you can do it in 2 shifts. So again, 8 hours of more productivity in the chemical and gas industry or power industry is something that's going to have substantial economic benefits.
Okay. And no conversation would be complete without talking about cybersecurity. What advice would you give to protect your safety system?
So cybersecurity and process safety mirror each other's in many ways. So they're both about identifying risk and adding protective layers to mitigate those risks to an acceptable level. So in an ideal world, we wouldn't even need safety systems. Processes would be inherently safe by design, but in reality, we know that's not practical. We, as a society, we accept those risks because the products that are delivered by the chemical and gas industry bring value to our lives and they make the world a better place. Okay, it's the same thing with cybersecurity. It is true if you add a new connection, you can increase your risk. But the value that's brought by all these safety applications and the analytics they perform offset that risk because they make your safety systems safer, right? So it's a worthwhile trade-off. And by utilizing products that are cyber secure by design, having good cybersecurity processes in place, as well as staff that are well trained in cybersecurity practices, you can mitigate that risk down to an acceptable level, just like process safety.
Great. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Mark.
This has been a conversation with Chris Stogner, Offer Director at Schneider Electric.